Hey guys, I'm Travis. I'm a composer and trumpet player, and I just wanted to make a quick video and show you a cool little thing I picked up at the Brimfield Antique Show out in Western Mass this past weekend. Here it is. This is a French Horn Bugle. You heard me right, a French Horn Bugle. Yes. This was an old drum and bugle corps instrument. It was manufactured around the 1950s. The reason being, at the time, regulations, just before this, the regulations in drum and bugle corps competitions stipulated that there were no, you had to have valveless instruments, so no valves were available to you. Then they started allowing just like the one valve, and then eventually two valves. And then nowadays, drum and bugle corps mostly play with the regular three-valve brass instruments. But at the time, you're still stuck with essentially different bugles. So the thought was, the reason this became desirable was the French horn, if you know anything about the mechanics of a French horn, it plays much higher in the harmonic series than other brass instruments, such as a trumpet or a trombone, meaning that your pitches are closer together, and so you can get more pitches out of the instrument that you can actually play. On the trumpet, the same pitches would be much higher, so they're much more difficult to play. But this one brings them down enough that they're usable, which is cool. This particular horn, this is a Waterloo Champion. I haven't been able to find much out about the manufacturer, except that they're called Waterloo, and this is the Champion. Okay, so yes, so they just started making the French horn so they could get more pitches. The problem was, the reason that you don't see these around much anymore is, if you know anything about playing the French horn, it is extremely difficult. It's a very sort of hard instrument to play accurately. So if you take it, if you've seen a French horn, it's usually in a circle, rolled in a circle fashion with the bell facing backwards. You take that, you extend it straight out, which is not the way it was meant to be, and then you add in, holding it and marching outside, marching around a field while playing. Obviously, your accuracy level is going to be somewhere between horrendous and non-existent, I would say. Which is why this probably didn't make it that long. But as an artifact, it's a pretty cool instrument. This is a G and D bugle. This one's in the key of G. It has two valves, if you'll see here. It's got two valves. It's got one piston valve here. And what this does is when you depress it, it adds tubing to the instrument. So it switches between this open, you've got the G harmonic series. If you close it, you've got the D harmonic series. At the time, basically, they were just switching between the two, so you could play in two different keys. But the result of that is also that you can get a full diatonic scale if you alternate between the two. The second valve is a rotary valve here, if you can see the rotary. It's the smaller key here, depresses the rotary. You can see it moving there. What this does is raises the pitch by a half step. So if you'll see this piece of tubing here, what it actually does, if the horn is set at a certain note, whatever note you're playing, if you depress this, the rotary bypasses this little piece of tubing, so it lowers the pitch by a half step, which gives you more chromatic possibilities in between notes. Yeah, luckily this one's in pretty good shape. It's in pretty good working order. So let me just play a little bit of it so you can get a feel for the sound. First I'll just play the G harmonic series. So it sounds like a French horn. It's got a nice rich tone. It might have a little less fuzzy tone if it were actually cleaned on the inside, but who's keeping score, right? Okay, so let me play that was the G harmonic series. Let me play the D side for you. Good. So that's the D side. A little spit in here. Sorry for discussing this. Okay, so that was the G side, that was the D side. If you play them in alteration, if you just use this, you can get a full diatonic scale in the key of G. Good. that's the full scale. Let me show you the slip slide valve here. So there it is. Here we go. Let's see. So you can get all kinds of chromatic possibilities with that. Yeah, so that's about it. It's a pretty cool little instrument. I'm enjoying playing it. I do want to give a shout out to Laura Carter for loaning me the French horn. This does take just a regular French horn mouthpiece. There's a receiver. This is a regular French horn mouthpiece, which did not come with the horn, unfortunately. But thank you, Laura Carter, for loaning me the mouthpiece. There you go. I will return it to you in one piece, I promise. So yeah, if anyone has any questions, please leave a comment or definitely get in touch with me. And if anyone knows anything about the Waterloo Brass Company that was around in the 50s or before, please let me know, because I'd love to know some more about the history of the instrument. But I hope you enjoyed the French Horn Bugle. Yeah, have a good day.